The genius design of the Chew. Hello. All Tomorrows is one of my favorite books of all time. I like Snead too, but that's kinda too alien for me. All Tomorrows is more human-centric, with only 3 or so alien species being shown in the whole book. And without a doubt, the most recognizable and fan favorite is that of the Chew. Which makes sense to me, as they have the best design out of all of them. But I don't think many people understand just how genius their design is, so I'll explain it in this video. First of all, familiarity. The other aliens in this story are bizarre and unfamiliar, looking like something from an animated sci-fi film from the 60s or 70s. That sells the alienness, but also distances the viewer from them. It alienates. Which is also a criticism I have for Snead, but that might need its own video. The Chew, on the other hand, are unmistakably insectoid. That allows our earthly brains to have a reference for them. On that note, people on the internet can't seem to agree on how big those buggers are. In my headcanon they are very tiny. The size of actual bugs. Maybe as big as Earth's largest flying insect ever. Oh, but that's not why their design is so genius. Insectoid aliens are as common in fiction as actual insects are in nature. And the concept of them being a sapient species that wages war on humanity is so ubiquitous that it's now being parroted. No, for that you will have to look closer. You see, the Chew aren't just any random insectoid aliens. Take a look at their features. What do you see? 4 insect-like wings, a long prehensile tail, no limbs, compound eyes, and arthropod-like mandibles. Now take a look at all the descendants of humanity shown in the story. What do you notice? You can pause the video and try to figure it out if you want, but I think I already gave it away. Not a single one of them has any of the traits I just listed. The prehensile tail is the most eye-catching feature of the Chew, and it's noticeably absent from the post-humans. Seriously, the only tailed post-humans are the Saurosapiens, which aren't direct descendants of humans, but of their pet lizards. The Satiracs also have a tail, but theirs is a false tail developed from highly derived butt muscles. And every other species just makes do with its hind legs. The swimmers and the tool breeders look like they have shark tails, but if you look closely, you realize they actually have seal-like flippers. The snake people also modified their feet, along with their entire pelvis, into a hand. So what we perceive as a tail is actually their waist. Then we move to the faces. All the humans, no matter how changed, have jaws like those of a vertebrate, and camera eyes. Which was the ancestral condition. The wings are a similar situation. There are humans with wings, but those are modified forelimbs, like those of bats and pterosaurs. Not bugs. Come to think of it, the Chew may have played around with the human form, but they never actually defied it. No novel structures like gills or extra limbs were added. None were removed either. The colonials were an exception, but they were a very special case, as the Chew absolutely despised them. This leads me to theorize that they have a method to their experiments. They take a certain organism and see how far they can push the anatomy it already has. How many dishes they can cook with a set number of ingredients, so to speak. And it takes something really serious, offensive, and out of the ordinary to happen, in order for them to forego that rule. But let's get back on topic. The reason the Chew's design is genius, is because they are the anti-humans. C.M. Koseman gave them all the opposite traits of the humans, both IRL and the ones in the story. And what was their role in the story? Humanity's adversary. This right there is thematic perfection. So that's it for this video. I try to follow my long videos with short videos, but I may not always do that in the future. See you again whenever. Goodbye.